My blissful gorgeous selves, Vidurji said, Holy Sire, please tell me now the successors of Dhruva. Maitreyi said, Dear Vidur, King Dhruva's son Utkal was more qualified than just being the sovereign emperor of the globe. He thought, what good it will do spending all life for which at last my father felt detached. What he got in old age, why not I attain that in young age? And he did so. Dadarshaloke vitatam atmanam lokamatmani. He soon discovered, my dear, the truth that his own self is projected throughout the universe and universe existing in his own self and his true self combusting into infinite Brahma, my dear. Thus he became entranced in unending bliss consciousness. So his brother Vatsar became the emperor, my dear. He governed very well. He had 2 wives. From Prabha, 3 sons were born, Pratah, Madhyam, Din and Sayam. From Dosha, Pradosh, Nishith and Visht were born. Vishta's wife, Pushkarani, gave birth to a son named Sarvateja. His wife gave birth to Chakshu. He became a great power. The Manu of the 6th Manvantara, which was famous as Chakshus Manvantara, we are living in the 7th Vaisut Manvantara, which continues for 284 million years, equal to Indra, my dear friends. King Chakshu had several sons. Most important ones were Agnishtom, Atinatra, Shibi and Ulmuk. Ulmuk's sons were Emperor Ang, Gai and others. King Shivi and King Gaya were superhuman spiritual personalities, my dear. For their life details, please see Markandeya Puran. King Anga happened to wed with Yama's daughter Sunitha. The story of King Anga's wedding warns you to study carefully the history of the bride's race before you wed her. The vibrations of the natures and misdeeds of our forefathers may raise head in between your happy life. King Anga was great. He passed almost 3/4 of his life problem-free, but modern men would not be able to handle that far. He may soon get into pillow fights, then into bigger ones. Therefore, horoscopes and ancestral sanity checking became a custom in India and all over the world, my dear. Now came the main story. Come to this wonderful saga. King Anga was performing Ashwamedha Yajna. In this Yajna, the celestials did not appear to accept their share of offerings, nor they even came, even invoked by the Vedic exponents. The king was shocked. He inspected. He found ingredients of oblations were pure and offered with utmost reverence. The mantras chanted were also mistake-free. The king called all leading priests and asked, what offense I have committed that my offerings are denied? They pondered deeply, my dear. Then one priest said, not in this, but in former life, one sin has been committed by you, due to which you are issueless, O dear king. But do not worry, king. we turn this same yajna into Putreshti yajna, the son procuring yajna, okay? This fire ceremony will give you a son, and and these gods will come to take their shares. Another saint said, the king agreed and action started at last. As soon as 5 kilogram weight Purodash was offered into the sacred fire, a celestial being appeared from fire pit with a golden pitcher filled with rice pudding. The king accepted it. He smelled and gave it to his wife. She ate it and bore a child. When he was born, he was named as Vain. He started acting in a horrible way. As he grew, his gestures, actions, talks annoyed wise men, my dear. Father felt detached from the world. He concluded, whatever the God does is all auspicious. It is good to have a bad son than a good one, because it is repulsing me from worldliness and turning me to the divine. I may have possibly be attached with good son, so God did what's good for me. He left home at night. Citizens searched, but could not find him. Yatha nigudham purusham kuyoginaha. As inefficient yogis, not knowing yoga, search for God everywhere, who is right in their heart. Same way, every effort of their search went in vain. Now, the embodiment of the in vain quality, Prince Vain became the king. He made new laws to ban all religious performances. He opposed everything of spiritual content. Statesmen and wise men visited him in person and explained, Vain disdained them and said, you must all worship me. The king is God. There is no other God but the king all alone. Then only the ban will be lifted off, okay? Hanyadamesha papa prakriti daruna. Kill him, he is embodied sin itself. The statesman killed the king. Then from his mother vibrated affected part of his DNA, black, dark, red-haired and red eyes with big shoulders. A man, Nishada, was materialized. From his father, affected parts of DNA. A luminous pair of Prithu and Archi were materialized, my dear. By their own glory and merits, they grew to a young age very fast. They were soon coronated. All gods and forces of nature complimented and offered tributes and boons. Royal poets began to sing his praise. The king warned them not to do so. He has done nothing by now to be praised for. The poets requested the wise men. They said, you should praise him in future tense, or what he is going to do, or what you expect him to do in the future. Praise him about his godliness. It is authentic to praise anyone in terms of God. And my dear friend, they did well and earned the king's goodwill and costly gifts that too. Soon the starving crowd came to the royal door. By then the earth had stopped producing anything. The fertility had finished. Because when had banned all yajnas and nature empowering Vedic performances, that's why. The king saw hungry, thirsty, lean, thin, staggering skeletons. His heart melted. He was furious. He lifted his bow, fixed arrow on it, and lo, earth angel, guardian angel of the planet Earth, Prithvi Devi, rained down, assuming the form of a scared deer. She ran and ran, but the king followed her. At last she had to face him. She said, Avrataya nadhiyana yatra bhakshara dvijaha tam ramam dandayedraja chaura bhakta pradohisa. O king, there should be collective penalty upon whole city, town or village, which fits those who have taken no vows, no study of Itihas and Puranas, no codes of conduct, just like shelter providers of dacoits and criminals are also criminals, same way shelter givers of non-integrated smokers, teetotalers and drug addicts are also criminals. Due to Wayne's secularism and communist dictatorship, all values changed. New values were created which did not invite the support of nature, rather hurt them. When communism came to power, they brainwashed the laborers against the industrialists. Consequently, big industries collapsed and they shifted to distant lands. BSP's brainwashed schedule castes against upper classes. The social structure collapsed. Christians brainwashed new converts. Okay, others, in terms of evangelizing them to do the same to all else. Secularism is an ugly primer to wipe out ancestral deep-rooted cultural values for international westernization in toto. Westernization stands for psychosomatic sickness and hopelessly restlessness. If the world is heading to that destiny, I better decided to put all my properties underground, so they are within me. You are a wise king. All you need to arrange for a calf, my dear king. Manu offered to become a calf. Prithu became milkman. Earth assumed the form of a cow. All minerals, all herbs, grains, plants, flowers and fruits were milked out. Earth became lush green and wealthy. After this, the king started a campaign to level the earth. Since then, city, towns, villages were formed, my dear. After this project completed, the king coronated himself, consecrated himself for 100 Ashwamedha Yajna in Brahmavarta, where Saraswati river flows in an easterly direction and is a land of Manu. This yajna was so successful that Lord Vishnu himself came there with Brahma and Shiva, surrounded by Nanda, Sunanda, Kapil, Narad, Dattatreya, Sanaka, and also celestials, Vidyadhara, Daityas and Danavas. Mother Earth herself supplied all things required for yajnas, my dear. Rivers bore all sorts of sweet, healthy drinks, even milk, curd, ghee, and shikharani. Trees dropped maple syrup profusely, and oceans brought heaps of jewels, gems. Mountains brought 4 kinds of food. All landlords brought costly presents. Whatever people wished, it just materialized. Thus, 99 yajnas were completed. Just like, just like sound, all food, all drinks and things also exist in the atmosphere, my dear, exactly as sound. Yajna is the medium to let it manifest. Yajna is also a way to distribute wealth in the whole universe, enriching all and everybody. Through yajna, Mother Earth gets new pure clay. Okay? Water gets pure, fire gets new herbs, air is perfumed. All who offered services received gifts far more than any salary or payment. Far more than any salary they get, my dear friends. Therefore, whenever wealth is stored, it must be used to consecrate a beautiful yajna. All other uses of wealth are inferior and destructive. My dear friends, when 99 yajnas of Pithu was successfully completed, Indra felt his glory eclipsed, so he became jealous of such great prosperity of King Prithu. He stole the sacrificial horse, remaining invisible. Venerable sage Atri detected him hurrying through the air. Prince Vijitasha gave him a tough chase, shouting out, "Halt, halt, or I shoot!" Indra appeared in the form of an ash-smeared, matted-haired sadhu. Prince, out of respect, did not kill him. Sage Atri incited him. "He is not a sadhu, he is Indra, your offender. Kill him and bring the sacred horse." Prince rushed and got him. Now he left the horse and vanished by his yoga power. Ceremony was done. But Indra did the same over and over, creating a thick mass of cloud and darkness. He stole the horse and ran through the sky. Prince chased him again, and when caught, he took hypocritical garb and appearances, and that was Pakhanda Papasya Khandani, Nagna, the Naga and Rakta. Monks with red robes, the tantrics. And anyway, he got the horse. Indra escaped. The king was angry. He desired to kill Indra, but the priest prevented him, reminding him of his vow of non-violence. They swore to cast a spell on him and fell him into the fire pit. As soon as they were about to pour oblation into the sacred fire, for Indra to begin fall headlong from his imperial throne into the devastating fire of yajna, Brahmaji appeared and announced, "Indra is not worthy to be killed. All celestials who are feasted by you are but forms of Indra, O dear king. Indra is appointed by Lord himself, whom you are trying to satisfy by this great yajna. Being so, being so great, he has descended on this low level, imitating him. Common men may also do the same. Common men also may do the same, imitating Indra. Hypocrisy may become a social norm. So let your yajna be completed in 99 only. You have no intention to become Indra anyway. Indra proved to be inferior to you. So it is not compulsory to become 100, okay? Prithuji said, "My lord, I do not insist against your counsel. As you wish, so it be." He soon requested the priest to make the final oblation. they did, and king did Avabhrita Snanam. Yajna was completed. All priests received big donations with honor and they departed, my dear. Lord Vishnu was very pleased. He caught Indra and appeared before King Prithu and said, Kshama atmana mamushya kyantumarhasi. Dear king, here is your offender with due apology. Please grant him pardon. Na vidruhyanti bhutebhya. The wise do not hold enmity or grudges of any kind towards anybody, because yarhinatma kalevaram, expansion of universe is your true nature. There is no reason to confine your I-ness in one body. Like home, no one lives in a separate sky or breathe in a personal air, warm with a private fire. All five elements are the same for all in all bodies. All bodies are materializations of one will. You are confined and imprisoned I-ness in one body, in one mind, in one opinion, is the cause of all bondage and sufferings. All scriptures and religions are formulated to wipe this conditioning. So, stay vigilant. This conditioning must not overpower you. Now you may ask for a boon of your choice. Pin drop silence spread. By then Prithu saw Indra was bending down to touch his feet. He felt sorry that he held grudges against him and moved fast and embraced him, assured friendship in future. Now he jumped and worshipped the Lord with utmost devotion. The Lord looked and kept looking at Prithu. Pashyan Padmabala Shaksho Na Pradasthe Surit Satam. He kept looking at the king with unwinking eyes. Tears were streaming from his eyes. He saw the Lord is standing on the floor with his one hand on the shoulder of Guruji. Padal Bridandam Hirimam Saunade Vinyastahasta Brahmuranga Vidvisha. All gods, the celestials, do not touch the ground, my dear. They stand in the space. They stay 4 miles away from the smoke pollution. But the God resides everywhere. So King Prithu said, My dear Lord, please delude me not, asking me to choose boon like a father to his ignorant child, scattering lots of imitations and real pearls. All I want is you and you alone, my Lord, you, in the form of your sound incarnation, oozing from the inmost heart of the most exalted saints through their lips. For that, vidapsa karna yutamesha varaha, endow me with 10,000 years so that I can enjoy them to all my full. To many it may sound silly, my dear friends, but look into the Vedas. Bhadram karnebhi shrunayama devaha. The Rigved. I want ear of the ears, because Sreyasikena tripyate. Where is contentment in noble deeds unless one is evil-minded? My dear friends, Prithuji says, let there be one speciality, let it not be a worldly pandit. Then the talk of you, I feel, stink of their selfish commercial mind. So please keep sending your enlightened devotees, in whose heart your lotus feet are firmly established, and breath laden with drops of nectar are always issuing forth. I have great longing to massage your lotus feet, Prithuji said, but I am afraid. Let there be no competition with Lakshmi ji. If it did happen, I am sure you will side me, my lord, because you love me so much as your eyes speak, my dear lord. Please cast away this spell of illusion and make me your very own and own, all yours, forever and ever. And the Lord said, My bhakti rastute. May you have Ananya Bhakti. Incessant love to me. Soon I will be sending my owns to you. Feast them, serve them, and listen my pastimes as you wish, O dear king. One side the Lord is standing receiving worship, other side Indra, and other side four Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, all the four. Sage Kapil on the stage in the front of his huge audience of all beings. Such is the glorious story of King Prithu, my dear. In Srimad Bhagavat, God is not imprisoned to stay formless, unmanifest, qualityless, attributeless. No, He is not confined to seventh heaven and stay mysterious. No, He has form, He appears, He socializes, He speaks, He laughs, He confers boon. All one requires is to raise the level of consciousness and have taste of Ananya Bhakti, the cosmic love. Now the Lord says, any king were showered with flowers from the audience, my dear. Music echoed, celestial sages and men's Gandharvas, Apsara, Siddhas, all began dancing in ecstasy and sang with shouts, Jai, Jai, Jai. Bow down to you, I prostrate unto thee, my Lord. After this stealing away the heart of all, the Lord mounted his Garuda and waving hands of blessing flew away into the sky while all gazed entranced. King offered large donations to all the priests and Brahmins and worshipped them, my dear. Distributed millions to all citizens and departed for his capital. City was decorated with pearls, flower garlands, and drapery, arches of gold, and incense perfumes filled all over. Streets were washed clean with sandal and yellow water. Banana trees stood in places, clay pitchers placed with mango shoots in every square, where maidens and citizens advanced to greet him with lights and presents. The king was tall, with broad chest, long arms, rounded shoulders, fair complexions, ruddy lotus petal eyes, shapely nose and pleasing face, full of vigor, bulky hips, stomach shaped as fig leaf, charming with folds, navel circular deep, thighs rounded, feet divided, elevated in the front, okay. Hair was fine, curly, dark, sleek. He wore white silk dhoti and scarf. He has taken off all ornaments and crown on the vow of Yajna. He looked exceptionally graceful. He was looking all around full of love. While the Pandits chanted the Vedic hymns, soft echoing music, blow up conch and flower showers were going on. He entered his palace of gold and marble. In the capital and palace there was nothing which was sexually stimulating. They used sandal, aguru, flowers, rice, barley, soots, wheat grass, gems and jewels for decorations. It infused peace in everybody's heart. Vidurji asked, Honorable Maitreji, please tell me what other noble deeds King Prithu did. I love to hear all about him. Maitreji said, King Prithu was a single sovereign emperor of the globe. Once he invited all his citizens, he stood up on the podium and gave discourse. This is Narada's way. Discoursing while sitting is Vyasa's way. There is Hanuman's way. Whatever best you remember, just go on telling all, leaving the link, connections and context on listeners to make. Prithuji began, Chara Chitrapadam Shlakshanam, my blissful gorgeous selves, he said. May you all be blessed. What I am telling you is not a teaching, but a self-expression, my dear. It is my duty to share my decision with you. I am appointed as your king for three purposes. First, for your protection. Second, to offer you occupation, means survival. And third, preserve the ideals of the basic laws of integration, dharma. One who taxes his citizens but does not share the laws of integration is responsible for their crimes. He perishes soon. Whatever is my duty towards you, I know it well. I want you to know your duty towards the nation, family and society as well as your own self. The first law of our constitution is there is tremendous force in the peak of each understandings when it flows in utter spontaneity into action, okay? That is called God. There is a glimpse of intuition, okay? There is a tremendous force in the peak of each understandings when it flows in utter spontaneity into action, and that is God. There is a glimpse of intuition, my dear. That is the light of God. Jyotsna Vatyakujidhuvaha. When action and intuition entwine, illumine all walks of your life always. This is called enlightenment. Bha means pratibha, which replaces the mind after enlightenment. Rata means whose life is dedicated to. So this nation, Bharatvarsh, we live in is a landscape where only those citizens reside who are dedicated to attain the enlightenment. Yadhadhikaram siddhartha siddhaya. According to your right, based on your level of consciousness. Right? That is how you proceed towards enlightenment. Please speed up your way to your integration, and the state is with you to support you by all means. Please know for sure, non-profit, selfless, expectationless action, the yajna is the finest way of worship. Those who do it are very kind to me, doing mercy to me, but, oh my pure-hearted dears, along with this honor and service to the drunk divine sadhus, okay, it must go parallel. With this service and honor to God-intoxicated sadhus must go parallel. They are beyond occupation, not employed, no business, no agriculture, They study and do self-investigation and keep on sharing with all whatever is their experience, whatever their joy they experience in their deep meditation. If you will not respect them for their renunciation and detachment, then how would they continue? They will lose their way as they do in Kali Yuga, okay, as they do in secularism predominant democratic India and any country of the world. These joint intellectuals are traveling to America and Germany. There they become top scientists, engineers, doctors, industrialists. In this case, the head of all humanity and the head of whole nation is chopped off. Okay? Then mankind is lost, disoriented for generations, for thousands of years. Civilizations with their huge libraries and universities live in identity crisis, in utter darkness, believing in history written deceptively by wealth-blind imperialists and ignorant missionaries. Therefore, you will do me a great favor if you all will take care of my dear God-intoxicated sadhus, God-intoxicated seekers of truth. My God-conscious saints, take care of them. Take care of my Tattva-jnanis and Brahma-jnanis, wise men, okay? There is no greater way to satisfy God than feasting these wise men with delicious items. Oh, venerable ones, all the riches of every kind go to him who has excellences, character, gratitude, and servicefulness to God-conscious wise men. May the wise men, holy cow, God and sadhus be gracious to me. Prasidatam brahmakulam gavamja janardanam sanujaranjamayo. My dear friend, thus the king completed his speech. Great applause echoed with sound of delight. The citizens said, "May you live long, may you live long. You have such a clear vision. Having you as our king, we are blessed indeed. His Majesty, robbed of our intuition by our own past life misdeeds, going by destiny, we had been lost in the dense jungle of hypnotic spell of I, my, you notion identification. Today you have led us across the darkness of ignorance." Right then the king saw descending from the sky four sages, resplendent as sun. Tatropajagmurmunaya chatvara surya varchasa vyomno vadaradornisha. Dispelling the darkness of all misfortunes, King Prithu rose with his courtiers as if eager to seize back. His breath shot forth to meet the sages at their very sight. Manusmriti says, my dear, whenever a wise man comes, your vital energy rises to welcome him. When your body also stands up, walks up and welcomes, then it is settled back within you, or it just vanishes away and you lose your vitality. The king welcomed, offered them gold cushions, seats higher than his, and worshipped them, washing their feet and sprinkling water on his hair. And then he said, Saram Sushtumitam Madhu, that is how he spoke. Oh, holy sire, what noble act I performed, that I am blessed with your sight, whom even great yogis can hardly attain. You appear as juvenile, yet are far older than the ancestors of humanity. Nothing is impossible after your darshan. Divine Sire, is there any hope of good for us who know only glamours of the world as only thing worth attaining and have fallen in real pool of materialism, the hotbed of sufferings? How can I inquire your welfare who are ever cosmic conscious beyond the pairs of opposites? Therefore, not wasting your valuable time, let me ask you, O Lords, how how to attain ultimate wellness, complete fulfillment. Of course, that divinity shines brilliantly in the heart of you sages who mm, who roam around in and through universes, revealing the diamond of perennial wisdom. Vyaktamatmavatamatma Bhagavanagmabhavana Swanamanugrahai Mam Siddharupi Jaratyaja. Sanat Kumarji said smilingly, dear Emperor, blessed indeed you are, gifted with that rare abiding love. Logic is like Caesar, my dear, which goes on cutting no matter what the other one talks and leaving you bankrupt, empty-handed. For attaining the ultimate wellness, one must have Shraddha, respect with the trust. This is the capital of all optimism and enthusiasm for evolutionary adventurers. Then one must act in a way which would produce sound of divine will for your Bhagavad Dharma Charcha. One must prevent one's original questions before wise men. One must present one's original questions when the wise man comes to you or you meet them. This is jigyasa. Then one must learn meditation and worship, that is upasana. Evil crawls and leaps faster than hair. When it will leap into your hand from the next door neighbor is unpredictable, my dear. So never pay attention to it. Attention through complaint, blame, and fault-finding attitude, jealousy, empowers evil to hop into your head, into your chest, and obsess you. Therefore, तद्विज्ञानार्थं गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत् समित्पाणि द्रोन्द्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्. Obtaining enlightened master, burn away the cover that wraps the self, turning into soul. Then you no longer see the suffering-filled life just as dreaming person do is never bothered by items of his dreams when he is awakened. Attraction towards sense objects is suicidal, my dear. It is going to the home of dog eaters for a sip of wine when there is jar of nectar in your own house, as if going to prostitutes, leaving just beautiful wife in your own home. Wealth and pleasures are means to remove your suppressed desire or go through the gifts of your former noble deeds. Enlightenment, leading lifestyle, and enlightenment are object of your self-effort. If you did not do it or failed to do, your natural death too is a suicide. Recycling of body for 8.5 million species begins. Therefore, redeem, lift up your mind from mud sea of materialism in which you are spellbound. Investigate, explore, discover the Kshetrajna and Kutastha shining in your own being and realize that you are Yah Kshetra Vittapataya Hridi Vishwagavi Pratyakshakasi Bhagavan Tamavehi Sosmi. It is upon which appears this phantom of the universe as cause and effect, vanishing on the dawn of wisdom like illusion of serpent upon a garland of flowers. That's King said, thank you, divine sire. All glories to you. The Lord's arrival and his grace fructified in your advent. Oh, you gave me so much. This invaluable wisdom is so great. You gave me the entire galaxy to me, my Lord. Now, what shall I offer you? As a warrior, I must not take anything free. What is now to offer you? Whatever I have whatever I have, including my body, is gift of yours. Sages churned and brought out a couple. My everything is dedicated at your feet. सेनापत्यं च राज्यं च दण्डनेतृत्वमेव च सर्वलोकाधिपत्यं च वेदशास्त्रविदर्हति. Lordship of commanding the royal force, ruling justice system, all belong to the wise men. स्वयमेव ब्रह्मविद् भुङ्क्ते स्वं वस्ते स्वं ददाति च तस्यैवानुग्रहेण भुञ्जते क्षत्रियादयः. The knower of absolute Brahman eats his own food, wears his own clothes, and gives away his own property. May he be staying in somebody's home, wearing donated clothes, eating alms from charity. What to speak of others? Even warriors, merchants, workers eat their food by his mercy. I cannot presume, Holy Sire, to be free from your debt by giving you something you may by your own grace. You, by your own amiable nature, make me debt-free. Your compassion is eternal. Who will make himself full of radiance, who will make himself a butt of ridicule by presuming to recompense your benevolence. King Prithu then worshipped them with Maharaja Upachar, my dear friends. Then praising exceptional, unimpeachable conduct of Prithu, the sages rose to the sky and vanished into the horizon while everyone stood gazing the sky. Sheelam tadiyam shansanta khe bhuvanmashatam nisham nranam. Now Prithu was enlightened. He began performing his duties according to time, place, wealth, strength, and offering them all to God, never assuming himself doer. He enjoyed action. He did anything only after surrendering its fruit to God.